episode 10 of our 12 Days of Christmas collection giveaway. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee.
Vincent, get back here this instant! Oh,
Thank you. Oh, I love you too. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to another episode of our 12 Games of Christmas collection giveaway. And as usual, if you're new to this series of 24 videos, let me bring you up to speed. Across 24 videos over 12 days, I will be giving you a tour of our entire Board Game Coffee board game collection. And during those videos, during that time of me giving you the tour, I will be giving away board games to help you build your very own board game collection. Now, every episode we'll be giving away anywhere from 1 to 4 board games, and there's 24 episodes and you can enter in each one of them, so that's like 24 chances to win. You know, I've been saying 24 chances to win for at least the last 9 episodes, and it's actually not right.
Over 50
it's more, because if you enter an episode that's has like 4 games to win, every time we run it, your name isn't getting taken out. So you could win multiple times. So you could technically win 4 games in one episode.
Wow. I didn't look at it that way.
So it's more than 24 chances to win. But you could enter up to 24 times. So that's pretty cool. Now, I'm going to be referring to my notes throughout the show so I don't miss anything. Prizes will be announced throughout the episode, so watch from beginning to end. We have a babysitter upstairs, and apparently baby is just knocking blocks on the wooden floor. We really need to install that soundproofing. Anyways, winners of the 12 Days of Christmas giveaway will be announced once those videos are all out. We will have a live episode right here in the studio where we will announce the winners right here live, as you do on a live episode. Now, other than us giving to you, one last thing I'd like to touch on before we dive into the collection is, being that this is the season of giving, as we give to you, we ask, if possible, if you can, no pressure at all, if you could give to Sick Kids Hospital. We've started a donation page for Sick Kids, and we've supplied the link for that in the description below. So it has no impact on if you will win or lose or whatever. It's just a thing to do for the holidays to help the kiddies. And I think that's it. I think we're ready to dive in to this never-ending collection. It's a big one. This is a big collection.
We're not even halfway yet.
No, episode 10 is not. Episode 12 will be our halfway point.
That's true.
We can do it. Let's
go. So this one.
Oh yeah. I was about to announce when it starts. By this time, we've already started.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you're wondering behind the scenes, I'm editing the first 2 videos right now. Okay. Let's see. What do we got?
Okay, this is leftover from yesterday.
Yeah. So this is not Tiny Epic Dungeons. This is actually the Tiny Epic Dungeons prototype. So it's got printed rules, etc. And the only reason this is in this episode is because we did a whole... Episode 9 was all like prototypes and random knickknacks that we had around. So that was one of them. We're not going to... The only thing I have to say about the Tiny Epic Dungeons prototype, because we never actually played the final version, but we did play the prototype, was we lost... What do you mean, oh? You were there.
I forget.
We lost super fast.
Oh, yeah.
Remember we were talking to Sam, who doesn't work at Gamelin anymore, but we messaged him being like, Sam, I think there's something wrong. And he was like, what do you mean? I was like, either we're doing something wrong or something's wrong with the game. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we lost on like turn 4. He's like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
And we're like turn 2 or 4. And he's like, that's impossible. And he's like, walk me through it. I was like, well, we did this, we opened this door. He's like, oh, I see where you lost. Yeah, that makes sense. He's like, that's a terrible play. I was like, I like to explore. It's a dungeon crawler. I just crawled a little too far, and I got crushed by orcs. So
push your luck.
This is not a game. This is part of a game.
Oh.
I believe part of that one, actually.
This one?
Yes.
Oh.
But thank you.
I didn't know.
Coin chest. I believe coin chest.
I just thought it was
actually, I don't know if coin chest goes with villagers or if it goes with war chest. This might go with war chest. Actually, I have no idea what this goes for. It was separated. It's both from the same. It's from Sinister Fish. Now, I don't know who does war chest. I don't know who does war chest. So if Sinister Fish Sinister Fish. If they do War Chest, then we know this probably goes with War Chest. If they don't, then it goes with Villagers. Because they were on the same shelf, but at opposite ends, and War Chest was somewhere in the middle, so I have no idea where these belonged. But,
so they're just knickknacks. Right?
Well, it's not knickknacks. Since they're called Coin Chest, I figure it might go with War Chest. But I actually don't know. It makes sense.
All right.
But hold on, I'm not done. So we have Villagers. We've never played Villagers. Now here's the thing. I remember seeing Villagers on Kickstarter back when we were like backing everything, and I was like, I have no interest in this game at all. And it looked like the backers didn't have much interest either. And then something happened. I don't know if it showed up at a show, and then it just blew up, and everybody was talking about it. Everybody wanted Villagers, and everybody backed Villagers, and I had FOMO, and I was like, well, if everybody wants Villagers, I want Villagers. Villagers. And then it got here. I was like, I didn't want this to begin with, but I've heard good things. I heard it's supposed to be good. So I'm not like poo-pooing at Villagers. I've actually never played it, but I'm just saying that's the process that went through my mind at the time. All right.
I feel like you have FOMO a lot, which is why we have so many games.
That's why I married you.
Oh.
Now, Catan. Specifically, the Settlers of Catan. Because I think newer versions of this just say Catan.
I think so, yeah.
Now, you just know Catan. It's the grand poobah of, like, gateway games. It's how you get your people from your Monopoly people into playing everything else that we play. But you know what? I was talking to Brittany about this, how, like, we've been giving out Board Game Coffee seals of approval, and yet how Catan probably deserves a seal of approval. But here's the thing. I don't feel right giving Catan a seal of approval because Catan actually hasn't played a big part in my board game history. I've played it a handful of times. It wasn't really the gateway for me. For me, what really pulled me in was Marvel Legendary, actually.
Yeah.
And then I
enjoyed Catan though.
It's great. Catan is a great game. It was Marvel Legendary and then Pandemic, and that's what really got the ball rolling. But it wasn't so much the games got me investigating. The games introduced me to people who play those types of games, and they introduced me to other things. Me being a gamer and a game designer, even at the time when I played that, I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try new things. So, anyways, Catan had nothing to do with my entry foyer into board games. All right, what do we have here? We have The Liberation of Reitberg. Never ever played this.
I don't think I know much about it. I think that one was sent as a review copy.
It was. Cosmos sent it to us specifically.
Is great.
Cosmos is great. They've been really good to us, and but
we haven't been able to do that as much as we would like.
No, we have not. We've been able to keep up, but the Cosmos has been very good to us. But I have no idea what Liberation of Reitberg is.
Speaking of Cosmos, can I show you both of
these? There should be 3. Brittany's dropping the ball.
I'm going to find the other one. Will you look at these ones?
Yeah, so...
These are my...
But you know why I know there should be 3? Because there should be a brand new one, because the dungeon...
That's right.
Adventure Dungeon is ours. This one is Jess's. This is actually Jess's. She lent it to us because her and Mark played it.
That's right.
Now, we got Jess hooked on the adventure games because we played... Actually, there's another one. We have 4.
We have 4.
Because there's the monochrome ink or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Did we lend that to somebody? We might have lent it. Maybe Jess has that.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we lent monochrome ink to somebody. Maybe your parents?
No.
Don't remember. We lent it away because we played Dungeon first, the dungeon. Then we played, I think it's called monochrome ink. And then we played this one because Jess lent it to us because we got her hooked on it. And we haven't finished this actually.
Maybe she has the monochrome one.
Maybe. And then if that's what it's even called. And then we got this one for Christmas, but we've never played it. Obviously, it's still sealed. Now, the adventure games, we've talked about it before. I think we've put it in our top stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
And it's...
And a date night.
It's a great date night. The first time we played adventure game, this is the first one we played.
Yeah.
And I remember, this sounds really interesting. And there's a great app that kind of walks you through the learning process and the setup. You basically download...
It reads the narrative.
You download this free app. And then there's step-by-step instructions that you just tap away through, and it's an official app by Cosmos. And it also has all the reading for you, so you don't have to read anything. You just type in the number, and it reads it for you. If you combine items, because that's what this is, it's a choose-your-own-adventure game that's cooperative. Players play together, you find items, you try to solve riddles, like get yourself out of a room or get into a room. You find, and the rooms are all cards, so the levels being I guess you're flipping over cards and discovering new areas as you travel because everything's face down and numbered, so you can't look at anything. And then you'll find something and it'll say, go grab card 76. And you grab card 76 and you're like, oh, it's a can opener. And card 13 was a can of cat food, which is the default example they use in all their videos. And if you combine those, you get an open can of cat food. And it's cool. And then you throw those other cards away and then you have we don't actually throw them away. You keep them so somebody else can play them. But that's how it is. It's an awesome, awesome adventure game. Amazing for couples. An amazing couples co-op experience. I told Brittany, I was like, Brittany, remember? I was like, Brittany, well, let's sit on the floor. We had a coffee table out at the time. And I was like, we only had one dog, no baby. And we were like, hey, you want to sit down and play one level? And Brittany's like, I'm tired. I was like, you said you want to have a glass of wine. Let's just have a glass of wine and play this. And she's like, oh, fine. And then there's 3 chapters. We played through the entire thing in one sitting. It was so good. We stayed up till 2 or 3 in the morning. It was so good. It only took about 3 hours. It's about an hour a chapter.
Yeah. But we started late.
But yeah, it's so good. So good that we're giving it the Board Game Coffee seal of approval. You cannot go wrong with the adventure games. They are awesome. Granted, I think they're all good. I don't think they're equally good. My favorite is still The Dungeon.
Yeah, agreed.
The Dungeon. I was getting into this, but then just our life blew up.
Yeah.
And we never got a chance to go back to it. And I think we have to start from the beginning.
We have to start from scratch.
Because we're not that far into it.
We didn't even finish a chapter, I don't think.
No, I don't think we did. Okay, so anyways. Those are so good. Such good date night games. It's so relaxing. It's great to play on like a rainy day.
Yeah, agreed. I really like this game as well.
Gone Sean Clever. Or That's Pretty Clever. This was one of those like, everybody always talked about Gone Sean Clever. I had no interest. And then something about Stronghold games. They always put out stuff I like. They did Terraforming Mars, our like favorite game ever.
Yeah.
And but I was like, I don't want to play it. And I played it, I was like, this is amazing. And then I played this and I was like, this is amazing. Gone Sean Clever is so good. It's so good. And it's a good travel game. We bought it while we were in Toronto.
I think it was over the Christmas holidays and we had some downtime.
Yeah, we had downtime. We're like, this is like the one time we didn't bring board games. Yeah. But we were at a board game store. So let's buy something that I can learn quickly and play. So we bought Gone Sean Clever. It's a roll and write. It's not cooperative. It's competitive. But we had a good time. It's fairly simple.
Yeah.
So, what was it? Gone Sean Clever. Fun roll and write.
These games I enjoyed, but I feel like I still struggle with them in regards to I'm just not smart enough to get the riddles sometimes.
The exit games. Yeah, we've played one of them. And I don't think a game has ever made me feel as stupid as these games.
Debatable.
Like, what else? This well, you can't tell me how I feel, Brittany. Anyways.
Detective game.
What, the Sherlock game?
No, the Batman.
No, that I just did badly, but this made me feel stupid because the detective game, I feel like I wasn't even close. Like, I'm not going to figure this out. But this, I was like, oh, I got this. It's like little puzzles. I was like, I can solve this. And then I was like, how am I wrong? And every time I think it's like, oh, the answer's probably there, but you know what? It's not. But they're so freaking clever.
They're so clever.
They're so clever how they put these things together. And it's deceitful because like,
I think we started on hard.
We had a level 2. No, we didn't. We started on level 3.
Oh.
Which I think at the time might have been.
That makes me feel worse.
I think level 3 might have been the lowest. There's a level 2, but I don't know if they had level 2 when they did this.
They made it for us.
Yeah. So we haven't opened this one yet. It's good. They're good. They're clever. They're too clever for us. So that's why if you like a good challenge, then these are good games. Yeah.
I like them too because they're pretty affordable too, and it's a good little I don't even know
why do we have this? It's a one-time play.
Cosmos sent it to us.
No, why do we have this still? We've played through this.
Oh, I don't know.
You poke holes, you tear things, we destroy these things. Why do we still have this?
Fear of losing it. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, these are one-time playthroughs that once you solve them, they're done. But they're like $12. And you definitely get $12 worth of entertainment out of them. So, exit games are great.
The next time we go swimming and want to play cards?
Palm Island. I brought this to the hospital when you went into labor.
Oh.
When I was playing it in my hand, I was trying to teach you how to play, but then labor kicked in and then we stopped. But that was the only time I ever tried to play Palm Island. It's a game you can play in the palm of your hand. So you can play it standing up in line. You just put cards behind you.
Now, that's right.
So I need to try this again because I read the rules once and I was like, okay, I think I got it. And then Brittany went into labor.
But But what's cool about it
And it was
is
all over.
it's waterproof. So I mean, good choice of getting
Well,
a ring.
I don't know if it's waterproof. I don't know if I trust the
I
container.
thought the cards were waterproof.
Oh, the cards might be.
Like
Yeah, they are. The cards are waterproof.
Yeah. That's why I said if you want to go swimming and play cards.
Right. Anyways. I remember that Kickstarter took a long time to come.
So you've been eating.
Ah, yes, Ludi Creations. We actually just put out a video for On the Underground by Ludi Creations. And I've never played So You've Been Eaten, but when the guys from Ludi were giving me they were playing On the Underground with me so we could do the video, they said that if we want a little walkthrough of So You've Been Eaten, that they would do that. It's because they went through our videos and they were looking through our channel as I was talking to them, and they're like, "Oh, you backed So You've Been Eaten?" I was like, "I did." And they're like, "Whoa, thanks." I was like, "Oh, thanks, guys." They're nice guys. I like Ludi Creations. They're nice guys. And Scott Alms actually designed this. That's the guy who does like almost every, or maybe every, Tiny Epic game. So Scott's great. He's a great designer.
His designs.
Ah, Ryozen. Now Ryozen, this is a prototype, and we do have a playthrough of this that me and Jess did.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't remember playing it.
Yeah, me and Jess did. This is the one where you had to make the thumbnail because I was out of town, and the thumbnail for some reason the coloring was all weird.
Orange.
It was all blue.
Was it blue? Oh.
Yeah,
I was way off.
Anyways, so it was worker placement. Can't really comment much. We only played for it for the prototype, but it's got this rondel thing, like the building's like it's worker. Sorry, we had a little interruption. The baby fell off a brown box or something. But Britt checked it out. He's okay. All right, we're good, Brittany?
We're good.
Xavier's good. So anyways, yeah. Ryozen, check out the playthrough. And you know, it's from Tabula Games, and we've had a lot of good experiences with them. We've done a few projects for them. And they're good guys. They've always been good to us. And yeah, this has some... I remember Jess really liking this because it had like this tower in the middle that kind of like turned did the thing turn or no, you had to advance? I don't remember. There was something about like advancing around and placing your workers to achieve things.
I think I did play this game, but I just didn't play it live.
You might have. I can't remember. Okay, what do we got?
This game we have an espresso on. We just recently did one.
Yes, On the Underground. Check out our espresso if you want more information. But basically, it's not really I guess it's a reprint, not really, because this is on the Underground Paris, New York. The other one was like London and Berlin, I think. That was the original, and they just brought out same mechanics, different map with some added new mechanics. And On the Underground, I played this with Brittany and Kayla quite a bit, and they both really liked it.
I really liked this game. And I also feel like if people like Ticket to Ride and they're looking for something a little bit more complicated.
Like advanced Ticket to Ride?
That's a better word. Yeah.
A Ticket to Ride with a passenger that actually has somewhere to go.
I think this is like the upgrade from that.
I think you get that because you see the tracks.
I think it's just the tracks, yeah.
But I would say
definitely a different game.
I wouldn't say this plays anything like Ticket to Ride, but I get
the same
it.
kind of
You
like,
can't, it's
look.
a train game. You're laying down trains. I understand how you cannot look at this and not think of Ticket to Ride. I get it. But On the Underground was fun. We had a good time with it. Okay, next. Dice Throne Season 1. Do we have more of this? Or is this it for Season 1?
That's all I have.
I thought we had more for Season 1. Anyways, so this is what we got for Season 1. And yeah, I remember when it first came, when we first played this, I had like the worst run of games. Like I had just bad experiences. I couldn't roll anything. Every time I took a risk to get more, I always got less. I was always rolling just the basic. And I was like, I'm going to review this game and I'm going to give it a poor review. And then me and Chris, we recorded a playthrough that we actually never used because something happened to the camera lens and everything was blurry and you couldn't see it, so we just never did it. But in that game, I remember saying, Chris, I was like, people say I'm crazy, that you can't roll good in this. But this is pretty much Battle Yahtzee. And then we recorded it, and I had like a great game. It was fabulous. And since then, I've never had a bad game again. Not that I won, but I'm saying like I've had good games ever since. I just had a bad run of luck with my rolls in the beginning. So Dice Throne is a fun Battle Yahtzee is the best way to describe it. We actually covered Marvel Dice Thrones. Hold on, Brittany's very excited. That's not for this.
It says Season 2.
Yeah, this says Season 1. Thanks, Brittany. Anyways, just chill. But yeah, I remember my so Dice Throne is a great game. best way to describe it is Battle Yahtzee. You got a bunch of characters. They all have different abilities. You're chucking dice trying to get the right combination of dice because you get 3 chances to roll your dice and you pull out dice to try to get the right combos, and the ones that are more powerful are harder to pull off. And that's where the risk reward goes, because you can just be like, okay, I'm going to roll all the dice, and then I'll roll these 2, and then I'll roll these 3, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go for that killer combo. And then you push your luck too much, and then you get nothing. But I remember the monk, this guy right here, being a little OP. Because we started playing with him, and we were like, you can't play with the monk. The monk is too powerful. But we did cover a Marvel Dice Throne in another video. Now we're ready, Britt. Now we're ready for you. This is what Brittany was trying to give me.
Yay!
This is Dice Throne Season 2. So, Season 2, not Season 1. I think that's why I have this box, because I never bought Dice Throne Season 1. I bought 2, the Battle Chest, during Kickstarter, and I think this was available then. So then I picked it up at that time. Now,
Dice Throne is from Roxley then?
Yeah, it's Roxley.
So then it's not from the coin chest is not with it.
I said War Chest.
Oh, War Chest.
Which is a game called War Chest. You're a mess today.
You're a mess.
No, I didn't.
I need to go to bed.
This is Dice Throne Season 2. The what is it called? The Battle Chest. But it says right on, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. But anyways, no, I was talking about War Chest. There's a game called War Chest. It's in a little brown cube.
Right.
Okay, so we're good. But anyways, Dice Throne Season 2 I actually like better than Dice Throne Season 1. I thought the characters were a little more balanced, but overall it's fun to mix and match the characters between them. And what's Brittany? Is that the giveaway alarm? Well, that thing is inconsistent as hell. I mean, it's not on time. I was looking through the first episode. It didn't even happen twice. Like, it's just a mess, that alarm. We really gotta,
I gotta get it fixed.
We gotta change the batteries in it. Something is wrong. But yeah, we are giving away a copy of Dice Throne Season 2 Battle Chest. This beauty, well, not this beauty. This beauty's mine. You can get a brand new version of this all for you. And that's an awesome... Thanks, Roxley. Roxley is sponsoring this. So... that's a very generous gift from Roxy. Thank you very much. There's a lot of gameplay in here. There's tons of characters. Check it out. And what's cool about them is they all come in these, like, little... Here, I'm going to give you a little peek inside. They all come in these things. So they're ready to go. You want to play with that character? Boom. You pick up their sleeve. Their special rules are on this sleeve. You fold it out in front of you. That's where it's got all their powers. The dice are nicely stored in here. And it's great. And then you can just pick up anybody. Like, I want to combine that person. I want to battle that person and this person. Right? And the artwork's amazing on this game.
It's very well put together.
And it's such a fun game to just throw dice and punch each other in the face.
What?
You know, in the game. Not in reality. Brittany, what's wrong with you?
Like, who are you punching?
What's wrong with you? But actually, again, I prefer the Marvel one, but Marvel one plays exactly the same. But when you attach the same, actually they're different powers. Like you can combine. You could have. I'm pretty sure you could have Captain Marvel versus like the Monk or whatever. Like you can mix and match them because the game's played the same. They're just different abilities. Oh, but neat. Again, you slap a superhero license on anything, and I'll buy 2 of them. One to keep sealed. So. This is a giveaway. Thank you very much, Roxley. We'll get into details of how you can win that or enter to win that in just a bit at the end of the video. What do we got next? Oh, speaking of Tabula Games, who did Ryo's End? Ba-bang! Volfurian Guilds. Now, we have a lot of Volfurian Guild stuff. A lot of these are empty boxes because everything is in this big box. But Volfurian Guilds was a Kickstarter. And it's, if I remember correctly, it's a 2-player card combat game where you're trying to destroy my cities and I'm trying to destroy your cities. And there's this
Oh, I think we have a playthrough of
this. Yeah, we do. We have a playthrough of this. It's me versus you. I'm pretty sure I crushed you.
I'm pretty sure I crushed you.
I don't remember. We'll have to watch.
I won.
There's that dragon that you can you save you gather up, you do something to call this dragon and you put it on somebody else's city and it basically just messes them up. There's ways to get it off, but it's difficult. When the dragon shows up in your city, it lands in your city, it's bad news. It's bad news. So that was Volfurian Guilds from Tabula. I find it like Ryo's End seemed like such a chill game where this one's like calling dragons to devour your enemies. Right. They're very different games.
This is one of my favorite games.
Taverns of Tiefenthal, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. You know, funny thing about this is the German version.
Yes, it is.
As in, it only has I'm pretty sure it only has the German rules inside it. I had to get the digital English version because I was at Essen and I was like, I'm not waiting. I'm getting this game now. And then by the time we actually played it, I think it was like sold out here. It was like second printing, you know, whatever. I don't know. But it was out for a while. Like we could have bought it 10 times over. But like how long it took us to get to it. Because that's why it has the, how do you pronounce that? Schmidt? That's like the German publisher, but it's always got them and somebody else when it's here.
Yeah.
And
we wanted this game so badly.
So bad because we got a demo of it at Origins.
That's right.
And is it North Star? That I can't remember who publishes it in North America.
I think it was North Star.
Anyways, but we got a demo, like a quick demo, like the guy showing us just kind of ran through it really quick. And he was showing it, and it was like this bar, and it's got like these puzzle pieces that you flip over because you advance your bar. You're like, I'm going to advance my bar mate. And boop, and you flip it over this puzzle piece, and it locks in the other way. And you're like, I'm going to advance my bar. Boop, I'm going to get another table in my bar. Boop, and you flip it over, so you're flipping over these puzzle pieces. And that had me right away. I was like, It's a physical like tableau, which is my bar that I'm like actually updating by like taking these puzzle pieces, like detaching them, flipping them over, and putting them down. Like technically, they didn't have to be puzzle pieces, but I really liked that. Mm-hmm. It just made it feel so much better. Yeah. And the game has like I think it's like 5 different levels. Like I think they're what are they called? I can't remember. But it's like there's the base game, and then you could add a level 2 component to it, and level 3 component, level 4 component, and every component adds a new rule. I actually think there's something in the beginning that once you start adding the other rules, you never use that again. It's like there's this track that I don't think you ever use again. I don't remember. But me and Brittany liked this game so much that I was like, Brittany, you've always wanted to play this. Because I told her, I was like, I think you're going to like this, even when I heard about it. That's why I bought it early. But when I finally sat down to read the rules, I was like, Brittany, I think you're really going to like this. So she's like, I don't know, again, I'm tired, let's play. So we played. And then we played like 3 times back to back the first night. We're like,
so good.
Oh, this is awesome. I was like, well, that's the base component. Do you want to try it with the other components? And they're like, yes. So we had a component 2, then 3. And then we're like, oh my God, they were like so tired, but I want to play again. And then we played again the next day. Again, another like 2-3 times. And it's the wins are back and forth. I got Brittany by 1. It's like we played like 6.
Oh, so good.
It's like we played an odd number of games, and I've won 1 more than she has.
I want to play now.
But it's so good. And once you play with all 5 of the... I'm trying to find the words of what is... It's not components, it's like... Whatever. Once you play with all the levels, with all the components and all the mechanics, you'll never go back. But it's such a nice, gradual way to learn. Like, play the base. And just do that. When you play this... Play in order. And why would you play this? Because it's a Board Game Coffee seal of approval game. That's why. It's so good. It's that good. We liked it so much. And I'm surprised like the people we know haven't played a lot of this.
No, because we kept it to ourselves.
No, I'm not saying the people we play with. I'm saying the other board game people I play with. I was like, hey, Taverns. And they're like, no, I haven't played it. I think they're missing out.
So good.
You're missing out. Taverns is great. I so enjoy it. It's, I guess, what is it? It's like a resource management deck building thing. Because there's a bit of a deck building aspect to it.
Is.
Where, and you're managing your bar and there's like resources you're managing as well. It's so good. It's so good. But the thing is, it's weird how I can like a game so much and forget so much about how it plays. Because we haven't played this in months.
Yeah. Well, we play so many games.
Have we played that since we've had Xavier?
We played, yeah.
Okay, so
I think it was only a couple months ago we played this.
Okay, all right, because like time is like a blur. This lockdown is just like broken my inner clock.
It's true.
Anyways, Taverns of Tiefenthal from Schmidt Games, Board Game Coffee seal of approval, well deserved. You should play it. It's a good time. It's a good time. Tribes from Cosmos.
Looks really pretty.
Man, do I have a lot to say about other things other than this because I've never actually played it. So that's Cosmos. It. Sorry, Cosmos. It looks good.
But it looks really pretty.
We've been doing pretty good at getting into games that we've had on the shelf for a while recently. We've been picking up.
We'll play some Cosmos games.
We gotta play that.
I mean, that's what the Adventure and the Exit games were.
Yeah. So, Tribes from Cosmos. No idea about this game, but the back looks interesting. I don't know if you can see that because the camera's locked on my face. So if I cover my face, I don't know. Anyways, that is all. Okay, what else we got?
This is another one of my favorites.
Oh.
And it's the same designer as Tavern. So Wolfgang Warsch.
Oh, Wolfgang Warsch?
Which I think he is actually one of the designers I really, really like.
Wolfgang. Oh, yeah, North Star. So I think it was North Star. That,
yeah.
It
was at Origins, I believe, we saw it.
Origins.
Origins, what did I say?
Like Origins.
I
don't even know how you say that.
I don't know what's wrong with me. It's
Origins. Anyways, what do we got here? Quacks of Quedlinburg. So now, we played Quacks, and we were like, this is so much fun. This is great. We should buy, I can't wait to get the expansion. And we got the expansion and never played it. And we were like, you know what? But the other expansions are getting out. We should get that one. And we never played it. But at least this one we used to opened. So there was intent to play this. But we never even opened this one.
No.
So all we can really comment...
We ran out of time.
All we can really comment on is the base game. And... if you don't know Quacks, it's basically a bag pulling game where or a bag building. Press your luck. Because you're buying components like weird mushrooms. I'm looking at the back as a reminder. Weird mushrooms and things to put in your bag I think, is there formulas? I think there's like certain combinations. If you pull out certain combinations, you score a certain amount of points. But anyways, you put them in this bag and you pull them out and you put them in your pot and it kind of you're placing them in a circle. But it's a press your luck game, so there's bad things you put out. I don't know, they look like little poofs. And if you pull out too many poofs, it's like your
it's like a cherry bomb, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Your pot explodes. And then you're done. Oh, we did a review for this.
Did we?
Yeah. Remember your poof?
Oh, right.
With the powder in my face?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Quacks of Quedlinburg. Yeah, you had fun.
I did have fun.
So, we did a review for Quacks of Quedlinburg. You should check it out. And you shouldn't be surprised that it's a Board Game Coffee Seal of Approval recipient. Because Quacks of Quedlinburg is a lot of fun and easy to get into. And you can play.
It's fun for all ages.
Yeah, and you can play with pretty much anyone as long as you can trust them. Because this is a very trusting game. Yeah. You have to trust the people you're with because it's blind. Everybody's pretty much playing their own game in real time, and then like pulling things out of bags. And then you're like, okay, what did you do? And then if they do too well, you're like, you cheated, Chris. That's always how it works out. All right, what else we got? Gorus Maximus. Inside Up Games. Connor is a great man. We gave copies of Gorus Maximus away during the holidays. See, remember our Christmas holiday specials?
Yeah,
that's why this is ripped. It's still got tape on it because it was...
I accidentally taped it to the board game.
So, because we wrapped all the games and we unwrapped them on the live, and we were like, and the winner of blah is...
I ripped it.
And yeah, Brittany ripped it.
Sorry.
So, you have to apologize to Connor.
You
defaced his game.
Connor is such a nice person.
Fellow Canadian, Inside Up Games. They're great. How great are they? That is the giveaway alert. But here's the thing. The giveaway alert's slightly off. We're not actually giving away a copy of Gorus Maximus. What we're giving away is a copy of a game that I don't even have. But we did do a playthrough for, and that's Block and Key. Now, Block and Key is a cool concept. It's 2 layers, and I think in the bottom layer, you're taking the pieces off the bottom layer. Oh, I can't remember. We have a playthrough of it, but there's like these polyomino shapes, and you're building them in front of you, and you have to look straight, and you're trying to like make patterns and line up these shapes, but in like 3 dimensions. So they don't have to be on top of each other. They can be like this, and it's okay as long as they line up. So we did the playthrough, and we set the cameras in front of us. Remember, we did as best we could. Cool concept, but yeah, it's a really interesting concept of a game, and the board is actually the box is actually the board. Like you play on the box. Remember, like it's got like legs and sets it up. So Block and Key is a super like fun, interesting, unique concept of a game.
Yes.
So actually, I think I've seen another game like it since, but I'm pretty sure it came out after. So that's when you know you've done good work, when somebody else starts copying your work. All right. So we'd like to thank Inside Up Games for that very generous, for sponsoring the giveaway for Block and Key. It's very generous of you. Thank you very much, the team, Connor, everybody over at Inside Up Games. Block and Key is a great giveaway, so you won't be disappointed if you win it. It'll definitely be a unique piece in your collection, for sure. All right, Brayden, do you have anything else, or is that it?
That's it.
All right, you know what to do. Turn on my notes. Let's wrap it up. We're going to go into details about how to win some board games. All right, so to win, this is what you got to do. Listen carefully. First, you have to subscribe to Board Game Coffee. That's us. The people. Remember, this is important. The people giving you all these board games. Board Game Coffee. Subscribe to that channel. This is going to be relevant when it comes to the question. Then, like this video. And then answer in the comments, answer the question. Who is your favorite Canadian board game media professional? Keep in mind, anybody who votes who says Rodney loses points.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody who says Rodney Smith loses points. And you get extra points if you say Mark. No. Maya, to be specific, in case there's another one out there. So, tell us who your favorite, in all seriousness, we all know it's going to be Rodney. But tell us, I think that would be my answer, Rodney. Tell us who your favorite.
Is it bad that it would be my answer?
Yeah, it is. It's terrible. Get out of here.
I love Rodney.
Shut up. Anyways, so subscribe to our channel, like this video, and let us know in the comments who your favorite Canadian board game media personality is. And and when you're answering the question, please leave in the comment with your answer which country that this game would be sent to or where you're entering from. Because for this video, we are limited to US and Canadian entries only, and that just helps us keep everything nice and organized. Just tell us the country you're from. US, Canada, that's it. That's all you need to know. That way, if Australia comes up, we're like, you're not eligible for this, but you could be eligible for others because we do have some that are worldwide giveaways. Just most of the publishers we deal with are US and Canada, so that's where their home bases are. Anyways,
and today our publishers are Canadian.
Yes, and today our publishers are Canadian. So that's why the Canadian question, because like Inside Up is Canadian, Roxy's Canadian. We're all just happy Canadian people, just hugging each other, saying sorry, apologizing all the time, and drinking coffee and donuts. That's pretty much all we do.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, and we shovel our driveways. So we're gonna have a link to each of the videos in every video in the description below. So you can, remember, you can enter in every video, all 24 videos, you can enter once in all of them. And every time we're pulling for a game, you have a chance to win. But your name has to be in the video that game appeared in. So enter in all 24 videos and you get a chance to win everything that shows up. So I guess it is possible for one person to win absolutely everything. That would be astronomical. It is possible.
It is
and
possible.
Technically,
like it is possible.
As if you put a room full of like infinite sized room full of an infinite amount of monkeys pushing an infinite amount of buttons on randomizers, one of them is bound to land on one person wins absolutely everything.
My head just exploded.
Anyways. All right, so we'll have links to everything below. And don't forget, if you can, donate to Sick Kids. And that is it. We will see you for episode 11 of our Board Game Coffee 12 Days of Christmas collection giveaway. We're all winners, aren't we? Aren't we all winners?
Bye.
Get out of here with your Rodney love.
Love, Rodney.
Thanks for joining us. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do here at Board Game Coffee. But if you want to see more right now, we got plenty of videos to choose from. And if that's not enough, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee. And remember, have fun, keep gaming, be social. See you next week.